recording.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. You've created your safe search and it's already set up. So we're gonna go to the email function of the report.
Okay.
And just for reference, I'm creating a Google Doc with all of this in it with screenshots as well. So, okay. Go ahead and add me as one of the recipients. So it's going to send it to both of us.
Which of your employee records?
20302, I think is the correct one. Yes, okay. Now go to customize message.
Sorry, it's just start with one. Customized message.
Now the from can be whatever you want. I usually just choose NetSuite because then I can set up rules that pick up anything from NetSuite and put it in the right folder. The subject has to be in the format of quotation.
Oh wait, so it has to be an email address. So let's say NetSuite.
No. Actually, you have to put as it says here, we have to put quotations around the NetSuite.
Okay. All right. Quotations or bracket?
Quotation mark. So no quotation.
Okay.
Yep. And then NetSuite, and then quotation. Now space. After the last quote, do a space. And then do whatever you want to call this. So this is what you could do JFP current dot. Oh, actually, you have to do the external carets or whatever they're called.
Brackets.
Brackets, yeah. So JFP current dot NetSuite at crew.org. And then bracket on the other end. Scroll down to the bottom. Make sure that send as CSV is selected.
Right.
Good.
Yep.
Then click on the caret next to save and do save. Oh, before we do this, hold it. Let's go back up to schedule. And let's make sure it's set to the right schedule we want.
Weekly, Sunday, 8 a.m.
That's when you want it? Okay. Then do a save and email.
Ah, interesting.
Because this is how we're going to test it. Okay. So now let's go to the next save search and do the same thing, but with a different unique email address.
So we're at the results.
Do you remember where we went?
We went to email.
Yeah.
208.
20302. And then add that. Good.
Wait, did you say at NetSuite? .NetSuite?
I do .NetSuite at crew.org.
Yeah. That's it right now. See if this one is done.
Okay.
Well, I'm afraid if I save and email the other one, this will abort because it only allows running one save search at a time, right?
Well, it's an email, so it's fine. It should be fine because you're not actually doing the save search. You're just saving and emailing it. It's not actually pulling it up on your screen.
Okay.
I mean, I was doing this with some other reports, and it seemed to work okay for me to do it that way.
Okay.
All right, now let's go to the document we want to pull it into. Is that going to be the Jesus film one?
What do you mean?
Is it the one that we were doing before that other spreadsheet I had open?
Well, I feel like we just need to create a new one because this is
okay.
Yeah.
Let's create a new spreadsheet then. Why don't you go ahead and do that?
I don't even care with the last year's anyway. I mean, might still be good, but because there's just already 3 columns, and if we compare all of that with last period, might just make things messy.
Okay, so let's create a new spreadsheet. We'll go through the whole process.
Google Sheet?
Yeah, a new Google Sheet.
Did you hear that Google went down earlier today?
Yes. Yeah, Crystal was writing about it on Facebook. And it was a BBC article as well. And then the school district wrote us.
Okay, so the first email got into my inbox now.
Perfect. Don't open it.
Okay.
We're just going to leave those there. Okay. So go ahead and give your spreadsheet a name when it comes in. Have you ever worked with Google Scripts before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, good. We're going to have some fun.
Bandwidth is stretched thin.
Yes, it does that.
I might need a faster connection. What's your internet setup?
It's supposedly 1 gig.
I mean, that's the capacity, right? But
no, 1 gigabyte a second.
Oh wow, that's I think better than mine.
But that's only if I'm wired, and I'm on wireless, so it's my wireless tends to be, my computer picks up about 200 meg a second.
All right, so the second email came in.
Yep. Yeah, mine did too. And the third one just arrived.
And the third one just arrived. All right, good.
So we don't need NetSuite open. I mean, we don't need to see NetSuite at this point. You don't have to close it out, but if that's affecting bandwidth, having your split screen, let's just go to Google Sheets. Okay. And this is, okay, good. All right, so give this a name, the spreadsheet a name.
Okay.
All right, we need a tab for each of the saved searches. Okay. So create one for each one.
Or I'm just going to make one for summary, which will.
You can do an additional one, yeah. You can, as long as we have the 3 for the imports, and then we'll make a summary as well. And we might want to do a Q&A where we have when the script ran, but we can also have that just input into another place.
There. Oops.
Okay. Now we have 3 of them, right?
Okay. Well, I was thinking just combine all of them in one of the.
Okay.
Anyway, it's fine.
Okay. So
currency.
Perfect. Now go to Tools, Script Editor. Now I'm going to give you a I'm going to give you a script that we need to copy in there. Okay.
I'm still sharing my screen, right?
You're still sharing your screen. So in the chat, I want you to copy all of that I just put in the chat.
Chat.
Highlight and copy it, and then we're gonna completely copy over the untitled project with this script. How satisfied are you?
Very satisfied, sure. All right, so replace the one that's even here. Probably.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
I guess it didn't come.
Hey, Lloyd.
I was just in a meeting.
That's okay. With Lloyd Zecca?
Yep. And Gertrude in court. What? I'm copying, I promise.
Okay, I can email it to you if that's easier.
It's not allowing me to copy the copy. Yeah, maybe another way to bring it would be best.
Okay, I just sent it to you. Send it anyway. Okay. It doesn't have a subject, but it should be coming to you in a minute here.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
Function. Oops.
Yeah, start with function import JF balances, CSV from Gmail all the way through.
There.
Okay, now we have to do a few different adjustments to this because we have 3 of them. Okay. Now, first of all, we need to change the from that email address to the first one you had.
Right. So do I open the email now?
No, you just need the email address. We don't want to open it.
Okay. So is it going to mess things up if I open the email?
If you open it, make it change back to unread. Because we're going to know if it ran, if it automatically shifts to being read, if it shifts to being read, because there's a line in here where after it processes it, it marks it as read.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So the email address would be JFP current.
Mm-hmm.
jfpcurrent.netsuite.crew.org. Okay.
Okay. Now, go to the JFP balances spreadsheet over one tab to the left. And we need to pull in the name USD current rate we need to copy that exactly as it's written. Okay. Now see in line 16 where it says get sheet by name, you want to change that. Okay. So what this is going to do is it's going to plug it, and it's set to plug into on row 20. It's set to plug into row 3, column 1. And I did this because in cell B1, it's going to put a date when the script ran.
Right.
Okay. All right. Now I want you to copy this, go from function, import. Well, let's go ahead and hit save. Hit the save button. We'll test it with the first one.
Okay.
It's going to ask you to give a name.
So run.
Oh, actually, you have to give it a name. See where it says untitled project?
Right.
Click on that and give this a name. So this is going to have all 3 of them in it. So that's perfect. Okay, now go ahead and hit run. When you hit run, it's going to ask for permissions. Or it should.
This is exciting. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Thanks for walking me through this. This is I can see different ways I can modify this to now that there's a template that I can just modify.
Yes, I mean I pulled this from I had to combine 2 templates because the first one I found wasn't working exactly. And then I found a second one that somebody was running into issues. And so yeah, I'm very excited to help you with this because I think it will really empower you. So hit your name there. we have to walk through the permission process. So every time, the first time you do a script in a Google Sheet, you have to give permissions. Yeah, they're really powerful. Scroll down to hit allow. And there's a whole bunch of like in Reddit and then Stack Overflow, there's a lot of people who talk about how to use these. Okay, so now it's saying execution started, and we wait for it to complete. Hey, it completed. Now
nice.
go back to your spreadsheet and see what happened.
Spreadsheet. Okay, so I'm
just one tab to the left.
Oh wow, this is so cool.
Now I want you to put in cell A1 either script ran or updated, whatever would communicate that did that. Isn't that cool?
This is so cool.
Now,
wow.
What we need to ask is, do you want because we have to ask the question, are all 3 of these emails going to come in at the same time? If they are, we can put all 3 scripts in as one project. Okay.
Yeah.
So go to the JFP balances again. We need to.
So cool. I'm excited.
Okay. Awesome. Click on that X.
Right.
Okay. Now give me a second. I have to look at how I did this for another one that I had double, because I have one that's pulling in multiple as well, and I want to make sure we're doing it correctly. There we go. Oh, I just basically created separate ones. Okay, so that's fine. All right, so I want you to copy this whole thing from function all the way down to the bottom bracket. Okay, now after line 26, press return twice. Okay, and paste. We're just going to set it up as, we're going to do 3 separate functions. Okay, so let's don't do a second copy yet. Let's do one at a time so we don't get confused. Okay. So all you need to do is change the email address and the spreadsheet name.
Oh, and I see that the email got read too.
That's what tells you yeah. So then you automatically know. You don't have to even open the thing to know that it's probably worked. Yeah. But if an error happens, it will tell you. Okay.
So JFP average, and then we want to change the
average rate.
There, I thought we did right.
Okay, now hit save. Now you need to, oh wait, hold it. We need to change the name of the function because we have 2 functions with the same name.
Yeah.
So actually the first one should probably be JFP current. And then the next one can be JFP average.
There.
Okay, now hit save. Okay, see where it says next to debug, import JFP? Click on that and go to average.
Ah, so you can run functions separately.
Yes, and then hit run. And we'll test it. Completed. Let's check your spreadsheet.
I'm just getting goosebumps. This is so cool.
Yeah, this has been something I've been searching for because this has completely automated my process for that dashboard now that I do. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it worked.
Now let's do the third one. And then we have to set up the triggers. I can explain all the things that are in this if you want to. Like, there's really there's actually an error. This isn't line 73, we should change. I apologize that that's in there. You're not clearing the content. I removed that from there. If you want to clear the contents before you paste so that it's always a fresh one, I can give you the line to do that. Is that something you want? Like, is it possible that sometimes the search might be shorter than previous?
I don't think it is, because it's always drawing. Like, once balance has been created, it will return results. It'll just return 0 if it doesn't have anything anymore. So there really is no need to do that.
Okay, so go ahead and change the names, and then we're going to change the name of that line 73 and also the thing in the previous ones too. I put in the chat window there's a line you can add above where that line 74 is to clear the contents, but I found that it was erasing all my formulas I had also, because it erases the whole sheet. And if you have any formulas, then they're gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So once you have so what you can do, so
can I make the timestamp with time, not just with date, or is it just a matter of formatting this? Oh yeah,
it's formatting.
The date.
It's a formatting issue.
Right.
Yeah. Now, let me walk you through a couple things. Yeah, there you go. Just change it to that, and it tells you the time. Okay, go back to the script. Everything with the double backslash is an information. Right. So it's telling you what it's doing.
Yeah.
On 73, if you could go to that and erase remember all the way to before, and just have importing new data, because you're not erasing anything. Okay, and we should do that on all of these. So scroll up to do the other ones. Good. Okay. Good. Okay, and now hit save. Oh, wait, did you change the name? You changed the name of the third function.
I did, yeah.
Good. Okay, and then change that and hit run, and we'll test it. Perfect. All right. And local currency, right? Yes, it's there. Okay. Now go back to the script editor, and we have to set up the trigger. So they've changed the formatting on this. This is the new script editor thing. So the trigger is that clock icon on the left. Okay. So we have to set up a trigger for each one. Okay. So right now there, you can see there's 0 triggers. So nothing is going to run unless you go to the editor and do it. So yeah, add a trigger. We're going to start with the first one, current. Scroll down. We're going to change from spreadsheet and make it time-based, time-driven. Change our timer to weekly, because you're getting a weekly email, right? On Sundays. Okay. Change it to, what is it, Sunday? Now the email is coming from between 8 and 9, right? So I recommend setting the time of day to be 9 to 10 or 10 to 11, you know, but after that, 9 a.m. Okay. Right. And then hit save. And we're going to do the same thing for the other 2 scripts. Or, yeah, good. And you have just become a script writer.
I have just become a script writer. This is really, I mean, this is what I do. I copy things that are already there.
Yes. No, I mean, I agree. I mean, that's what I've been doing, and I've been learning more and more. So now, after we do all this, I might be able to help you in another feature once we set up the summary tab, if you want. But I found another script that can copy formulas down. As I add new data, it copies formulas next to the data down.
That is cool. Yeah, I don't know that. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so go back to the thing, and now, so we have all of these together. So we need to set up your summary tab.
All right, summary tab.
Now, what you could do is merge B and C1 so that the date shows up.
I don't like merging because it
yeah,
causes issues with sorting and filters. I usually just wrap things.
Okay, you can do that too. So I would suggest leaving 1 or 2 rows at the top if we need to do anything.
Yeah. So how would you approach this?
I would do a query.
Okay.
Do you know how to write a query to import one of these?
So why query? Why not just equals?
Because the query is a little bit more sophisticated, and you can set it up to import the whole sheet with one formula that ignores all the blanks.
Okay, so I don't know how to do that.
Okay, so let me do that for you. Yeah, go ahead and share it with me, and you'll see as I do it here. Okay. Do you want to switch and have me share my screen with you?
Sure. Well, I mean, you can go into the file anyway, so I can see what you're
doing. I'm in the file, but you won't see me write the formula.
Oh yeah, you're right. Stop share.
Okay. Maximize this. So this is going to be equals query. The first part of the query is the data you're pulling from. So we're going to, which do you want to be the base, the average, current, or local?
The local.
Okay, so we're going to pull from local, and we're going to go from A3 to G. We're going to do the whole thing. Okay. And we're going to hit select star to select everything. Now you could just select certain columns you want. Okay. Where not A is null. So that's going to only pull in things that have data in column A. Okay. How do you want this ordered? Do you want it ordered by country? Do you want it?
So right now it's sorted by area and then country. So I'm fine with how it is now.
Okay, so we won't set anything up. Whoops. So we need to close the select bracket out. Then you put comma and then 1 to indicate that there's headers. Okay. And then it pulls everything in. And then because it's a query and it's dynamic, when the script runs and if there's more lines, they fill in, and you don't have any not available, those rows.
So what do you mean by because the query is dynamic? What? Oh, so you haven't entered it yet, right? It's just
I have. It's right. No.
Oh, A3 to G. Wait, because I'm not seeing it in my. It's in the summary tab, right? Oh, there. I see.
Yeah. So the dynamic means it's always looking at from A3 to G. Every cell in G. And so when the script runs, it might drop in further rows. But if you just did an equal and then you copy that over, you have to have an equal for every cell, right?
Right. So right now your formula is only on A3. Right?
Correct. Then you want to build in the USD current rate and then the average, right? Okay. So then that's just going to be a VLOOKUP. Here's the question.
But it wouldn't be part of the query if you're putting it there.
No. So the hard part of combining with a query is it would just drop it down lower. What we want to do, we want to do either a VLOOKUP or a match of some kind.
Well, why not just use the one of the main tabs and put the VLOOKUP there and have that as a summary?
You could do that. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just this, by having these import tabs separate, you don't have to mess up the summary. If something happens, you're not messing up the whole table.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to think, are these responsibility centers always going to be unique? They're never going to be doubled over?
Yes.
Okay, so then we just, yeah, we can just do the,
yeah, that's what I just VLOOKUP by the responsibility center.
And
yeah, that's what I use.
Funny, I think you're the one who taught me about VLOOKUPs. It took me forever to learn those. I don't know why. Now we want to actually get these all the way down to the bottom. For now, just so they exist until you go beyond that. So now you have your table here. And then what you could do equal, let's see, what'd you call it, updated? Yeah. I mean, you could just have this at the front end also.
By the way, I need to hop off at 10:30.
Yep, that's fine.
Meeting with David.
Yeah, totally fine. And then we all meet together. Hey, here you go.
Yeah, I mean, this is this is immediately. I mean, there might be a few tweaks here and there that I'm right now, even right now, I'm thinking of I need to make from the search itself. But I know how it flows. Like if I need to edit something in the search, I would know how to edit it every step of the way. So the result would be where I was expecting it. This is great. This is really great. Really appreciate this.
Awesome. Could you share the video of this file with me? Because it might be something that we can make available to people until I make a